Lately on Success Freaks, we've been talking about transitions. Whether you're going from one stage in your life to another, or you're going through a hard thing that you have to deal with, and everything that's involved with all of that stuff. Sometimes we get stuck at a certain level, and then changes come, and you have to deal with that change. And a lot of people just think that change is such a bad thing, but you cannot forget that life is change. There are different things that you have to adjust to. And the people that succeed the most are not necessarily the smartest, not necessarily the bravest or the strongest or the best looking. It is those who can adapt the best. Those who adjust with the changes. Those who can embrace change and enjoy those moments of all the differences happening in their lives. We at Success Freaks are going through changes as well. We've transitioned our show from being an open forum where we're just kind of like riffing on our subject matter to something that's a little more centered on what we're trying to share, to something that's a combination of both. And I think that's what we're going to enjoy the most of. I think that's what you're going to enjoy the most of. The thing is that we needed to learn to adapt, not just for being able to get the best message out, but also to have the best experience. Don't forget, you're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for the experiences you are having. Now, you may be the best violinist in the world, but if you hate the experience, you're going to have to change that to something that really impassions you. Or it's just going to be one big suck for you. So don't forget that you need to have a great experience as well, and that you need to learn to adapt and change so that you're enjoying your life. I've been going through some changes as well. As you can see, I'm walking around this fantastic yard. My life has changed. I've gone from one festival to another to another. I'm on a break in between. I'm spending time with friends and family in Pennsylvania and having an excellent time. A lot of times I have to let go of the way I think things should be. I have this idea for something and it's going to turn out just this way, or hey, I've always wanted to do this and this is what it's going to look like. I'm trying to make sure there's no ants walking on me. This is what it's going to look like. Now I make it exactly what I want. I may get that thing that I've been so hungry for, I've been so desiring, but it may not look like what I thought it would. Or I may take a roundabout path to get there. You have to be open to the experience. You have to be open and not so much attached to how you're going to get there. Because if you're really, really attached to something the way it's going to be, it has to be that way. Oh, this is the best opportunity I've ever had. I can't let go of this because if I do, I'm not going to get it. That's all fear-based. And what's going to happen is it's going to force you to tighten your grip, and that stuff is going to slip through your fingers. And God, the universe, that big life lesson that's coming to smack you up, is just going to go, you haven't learned yet. You haven't learned to trust yet. You haven't learned to trust your process. You haven't learned to trust the change. You haven't learned to adapt and have fun with this. So you need to do those things. I'm learning this as I'm going through changes in my life. You go through each decade of your life, you learn to adapt to those changes, or you just, again, your life begins to suck for you. And who wants that? Learn to adapt to those changes. Learn to embrace your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and love it. Make that the best of your life. Life is change. Learn to embrace it. Learn to love it. And welcome to my mortal world.